June 27th, 2025. Mark this date. This isn't just some random Tuesday you'll forget. No, this moment was preordained, set apart in the grand design of things way before you even showed up on this planet. You haven't just drifted here by chance. Specifically you, were handpicked with deliberate intention by a force greater than us for this exact chapter. And I know, that word handpicked, it can feel heavy, right? Like a backpack full of expectations you didn't ask for. Maybe you're thinking me, I'm not polished enough. Maybe your own story, the one you tell yourself, is full of old doubts trying to disqualify you, whispering you're not ready. But listen to me and hear this deep in your bones. You weren't selected for some imaginary standard of perfection. Far from it. You were selected because you're carrying a unique piece of the puzzle this world is crying out for. Life all this time has been your sculptor, sometimes gently, often through the tough stuff. That feeling of being on the sidelines, that wasn't a penalty. That was your forge. While others were in the spotlight, you were being shaped in the quiet. While others seemed to sprint past, you were guided to hold back. That pause, purely by design, because what's stirring inside you needed that time to grow deep roots. It needed to build unshakable strength. It needed that profound hush before the music starts. And guess what? The hush is over. There's a kind of magic to timing, isn't there? You might have felt invisible, like your efforts went unnoticed. But believe me, the universe hasn't missed a single step of your path. Every single thing that felt hidden is about to come into the light. Every why me is on the verge of becoming an aha. This right here is the very reason you couldn't throw in the towel, even when every fiber of your being screamed to. This is why your spirit, that unkillable part of you, refused to be snuffed out when life felt like it was trying to bury you. You weren't designed to shatter. You were designed to soar. And here you are, not as a casualty of what's been, but as a clear channel for what's to come. This is the very moment your deepest self, your soul, has been leaning towards, has been waiting for with bated breath. And the world out there, it's not looking for more fleeting opinions. It's desperate, truly aching for your authentic eyes, your willingness to step up. So stand firm, not with ego, but with that unshakable confidence that comes from aligning with something vast. You were picked, you were sent. The time is undeniably now. Glance back just briefly, not to get stuck back there, but to really see the journey, to acknowledge what it took. Those tempests you weathered, the long stretches of what felt like cosmic silence, the betrayals that offered no closure, the nights you cried into your pillow and got nothing but echoes back, those weren't just random acts of suffering. They were your curriculum, cleverly disguised. They were your boot camp. You were being polished, not pushed aside. And even though it might have felt like your entire world was crumbling around you, what was actually happening was a powerful cracking open, so that something far more magnificent could emerge from deep within you. It's so easy to buy into the lie that hardship means you're off track, or that you've been forgotten. But the real truth, those dark valleys were holy ground. They were the very soil where your character was forged, your resilience was built, and everything that wasn't truly you, everything that couldn't come with you to this next, higher place, was burned away. There's a profound reason you didn't get what you thought you wanted, right when you demanded it. You weren't being punished with a no. You were being meticulously developed. You had to let go of certain connections to discover your true north. You had to walk some paths entirely alone so you could hear that still, small voice within, without all the outside noise. You had to hit those walls of resistance so your faith could stretch beyond the shallow into the deep end. And now you're stronger for sure. Wiser, absolutely. Quieter on the outside, maybe, but inside, a certainty that rings like a bell. You now possess something that no comfortable classroom could ever teach. It had to be earned in the heart of the fire. All this time, you weren't being sidelined. You were being prepared for a responsibility, a purpose that only a select few are ever entrusted to bear. Don't waste a single breath resenting the process. That was your proving ground. And now that the rigorous training is complete, you can step forward with absolute clarity. Knowing this truth, the very experiences that once threatened to crush you have now become the unshakable bedrock upon which your purpose will be built. There's a destined point when what's been kept under wraps has to be brought out, not just for the world to see, but for you to fully grasp. You've carried questions like stones in your heart, haven't you? Why me? Why did I always feel like the odd one out? Why did certain doors slam shut for me when they swung wide open for everyone else? Well, now the answers are starting to bubble up, because when the divinely appointed clock strikes, truth simply can't stay hidden any longer. The haze starts to dissipate, and you begin to see with crystal clarity what your intuition, your spirit, has whispered to you all along. You were never, ever meant to just fit in. You were marked, you were called, you were set apart for something that transcends the everyday, the superficial stuff of this world. That's precisely why the well-trodden paths never quite felt right for you. That's why you couldn't just silence your inner compass and follow the herd. Your soul resonated with a truth that just didn't rhyme with the prevailing narratives, the often hollow promises of the system. And for so long, you might have second-guessed your own value, completely missing that the very things that made you feel like a square peg in a round hole were actually the signposts of your unique mission. But now, the curtain is being ripped aside, the mirages are dissolving, the undiluted truth of who you are and what you've been dispatched to accomplish is surging to the forefront. The world, in its confusion, tried to label you too much or not enough. But here comes the revelation, clear as day: you are, right now, precisely and wonderfully who you were made to be. And those parts of you, the ones that were so often misunderstood, they are the very qualities that will now guide others out of their own fog and into their own awakening. This is it. This is the moment of your grand unveiling, of stepping fully and fearlessly into your authentic identity. What was once kept quiet is now being declared from the rooftops. So, open your eyes wide, steady your heart, and trust what is being revealed to you. Because once truth has truly dawned, you can never ever go back to sleepwalking through life. There's a specific intersection in every life's map where the heavens declare, it's time. Not when your checklist of readiness is all ticked off, not when the external circumstances look picture perfect, but when your spirit has truly weathered the storms, matured through the tests, and aligned itself with the sheer weight of your given assignment. That intersection, you're standing right in it. Your spiritual advancement has been officially sanctioned. Not by human committees, not by fancy titles or rounds of applause, but by that unseen dimension, that higher realm that has been silently witnessing your unwavering faithfulness through all the quiet years. You didn't go chasing after validation from others. You chose the path of inner obedience. You didn't look for the easy way out. You stayed true to your narrow, sometimes challenging path. And yes, it cost you. Oh, it definitely cost you. It might have looked like you were falling behind, but the reality, you were being elevated in ways the physical eye simply couldn't perceive. And now that season of hidden growth has reached its fulfillment. The shift, the fundamental change, has already occurred in the spiritual realm, and soon, very soon, it will become unmistakably evident in your everyday, tangible world. The authority you now naturally carry, the deep peace that you move with, the clarity that infuses your words, these things will no longer be subtle or easily dismissed. This isn't about puffing up your ego or scrambling for a position. This is about responsible stewardship. With true promotion comes greater responsibility, yes, but also a vastly expanded capacity for positive impact and a deeper, more encompassing divine protection. You are no longer operating from a place of just trying to get by, of mere survival. You are now moving with divine strategy. The right people, the necessary resources, the unexpectedly open doors, they aren't random coincidences. They are orchestrated alignments, pieces of your mission falling into place. You've transitioned from a state of waiting and hoping to a state of knowing and walking. You don't need to spend your energy explaining or justifying yourself anymore. The results, the fruit of your journey will speak volumes. The light you carry will naturally expose what is genuine and what is not. Step forward not as someone still auditioning to be chosen, but as someone already commissioned, already empowered by a force infinitely greater than yourself. Because once heaven gives the green light for your next level, no power on earth can erect a lasting roadblock. Now that the call has been sounded with such unmistakable clarity, and the spiritual promotion has been granted, there's simply no room left for wavering. You must step into full, unreserved obedience, not a partial, let me see, kind of obedience, not a conditional, if-then obedience, but a complete, wholehearted surrender. This isn't the season to second-guess the nudges you feel or to wait around for yet another sign from the heavens. You've already heard the call. You've already seen the signposts. You've already felt that undeniable stirring deep within your spirit. Obedience, at this juncture, is no longer a nice-to-have option. It is absolutely essential, and grasp this. Obedience isn't just about doing things. It's about profound alignment. It's choosing to make a move even when every cell in your body feels uncomfortable. It's speaking your truth even when your voice is trembling. It's placing your trust in the process even when the final outcome is completely hidden from view. It's waking up each morning with a quiet, unshakable resolve that you will walk this designated path, even if no one applauds you, even if no one on this earth seems to understand why. because you're not taking your cues from the crowd anymore. You are following a much higher, much clearer instruction. You simply cannot carry the immense privilege and responsibility of this calling while still dragging behind you the heavy baggage of past delays and indecision. The era of almost there, of nearly ready, is definitively over. The version of you that was still caught up in debating whether you were truly prepared must now be allowed to fall away. God isn't on a quest for your perfection. What's being sought is your surrender. Full obedience means you trust the next indicated step even when the entire staircase is shrouded in mist. It means doing what you know is right even when it's wildly unpopular. It means willingly trading fleeting comfort for enduring purpose. And yes, make no mistake, this level of obedience will cost you. It might cost you certain friendships that can't evolve with you, old habits that no longer serve you, outdated identities that feel like ill-fitting clothes, and the comfortable illusion that you were ever truly in control. But what you gain in exchange is immeasurable, a divine clarity that cuts through all confusion, a peace that truly surpasses all logical understanding, and a life infused with a depth of meaning that can never be bought, faked, or taken away. You weren't created to play it safe. You were chosen to be a conduit of light in places of darkness. And light, my friend, never asks for permission to shine. So this is your moment. The moment you stop putting it off, stop shrinking back, stop trying to negotiate the terms of your own magnificent calling. You've heard enough whispers. You've waited long enough in the wings. Now, it is unequivocally time to move. What's unfolding right now? This isn't just about your personal journey. It's got global ripples. You can sense it in the air, can't you? Something profound is shifting in the collective atmosphere. Old, rigid systems are beginning to show their cracks. Some are even crumbling. Long-held illusions are being painfully, but necessarily exposed. People all over this planet are stirring, waking up, starting to question the narratives they once passively accepted. They're reaching for something more substantial, something authentic, something real. This is far more than just another fleeting season. It's a deep spiritual awakening, and you're not just some bystander watching it unfold on a screen. You are an integral, active part of it. You are a crucial piece in this divinely orchestrated movement. You didn't just land in this world at this precise moment by some cosmic accident. You were intentionally sent here for this exact period with a purpose that stretches far beyond your individual concerns. You've been awakened not merely to find your own escape route from the shadows, but to courageously confront that darkness with the weapons of truth, unconditional love, and quiet authority. The unique path you've walked, the specific pain you've not just survived, but triumphed over, the hard-won wisdom you've gathered along the way, none of that was just for your personal healing, as vital as that is. It was all part of equipping you, preparing you to extend a hand to others who are still navigating their way through confusion. Your very life story is becoming a blueprint, a guiding light, a clear signal to those who feel lost and are still ensnared by doubt. And here's the beautiful part: you are not doing this in isolation. All across the globe, others just like you are rising. The quiet ones, the ones who were often misunderstood, the ones who did their work in hidden places. People who've been through their own refining fires in silence and are now stepping out with a breathtaking clarity and an unquenchable inner fire. This is the emergence, the rise of the called, the chosen, the awakened. It's no longer about chasing titles or scrambling for platforms. It's about genuine impact. It's about unwavering obedience to that inner knowing. It's about fully embodying who you are and why you were sent. This is a divine coordination, a perfect synchronization. You've been aligned with heaven's own impeccable timing. Now, when you speak your truth, it carries an undeniable weight. When you make your move, it has the power to shift atmospheres. When you walk authentically in your truth, you give others the unspoken permission and courage to rise alongside you. That's how true awakening spreads, not through force or manipulation, but through resonant alignment, one awakened soul igniting another. So please, don't you dare underestimate the power of your presence. Don't you dare downplay the significance of your unique voice. You are not insignificant. You are not too late. You are not in any way disqualified. You are precisely, perfectly on time. And your eyes in this very moment, your decision to step fully in, might just be the single spark that liberates generations to come.